Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your girl, Jimmi Pynk. We're trying to get my seat up a little bit so I can rep. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, we won today, down 14-0, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I decided to do another special side review of RuPaul's Drag Race because, once I review other people's reviews, because yes, I do watch other people's reviews. I don't just go off of mine. I compare, see if I'm being too harsh, see who agrees with me. And it seems like it is unanimous that this episode was a load of bullshit. So I decided to do a special edition Drag Race review called Rigor Mortis, and the way that RuPaul's Drag Race has been set up for Alaska to win. Now, people had said this from the very beginning, and I did not believe this. People were commenting on my videos saying it's set up for Alaska to win. I've seen it in other people's videos. I've seen other people review the show and say that. And even myself, it had got to the episode where they did the 2-in-1 looks, where she came out as Little Pound Cake. That was episode 4, I believe. Even then, I was like, it don't gotta be rigged. She gonna win because she's the smartest one playing. And then we got to episode 6, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Were we blinded? Well, some of y'all wasn't. I was. Was I blinded by the fact that the drama was about Fifi? So what I did is went back through my own reviews to see the things that I was saying, and then reviewed the series now, looking back at it, looking for signs. So that's what we're going to discuss today. First and foremost, I want to talk about Tatiana, because Tatiana did an interview, and you have to excuse me because I'm going to look it up right now. But Zap To It did an interview with Tatiana after her elimination. They asked her a couple questions. Tatiana, unlike Fifi, was very, very gracious. She was very, very gracious, but she was honest. Okay? So, a couple things that I want to say about the interview is they asked her what was the story with the top that Roxy gave to Alaska. Tatiana was like, I don't remember her talking that much about the shirt. She said it one time on stage, and I was like, okay, cool. But she said when she watched the episode, she talked about it so much, and she says, this is the quote. This is Tatiana's quote from this interview. Really? It's a white crop top with rhinestones, girl. It did not help you win the challenge. I think it was an excuse to make her decision seem legitimate. This is coming from Tatiana. They also asked her, did they think it was a calculated move on Roxy's part? She goes into saying, no, Roxy is actually really just that helpful. Alaska was just going to wear a wife beater, and she was like, girl, you going to wear a wife beater on stage? Here, I got this top. And then she said Katya, who they were supposed to do a 90s look, and they didn't get to do it. And Katya kind of talked her into, well, you seem so much more excited about your 90s look, and it looks like it's pants, so why don't you go ahead and wear that? I think we all agree, especially for me, because that was my era and I idolized TLC. Like, she nailed that. Okay, so we're already 4 minutes in. Let me try to speed this up so it's not as long. So I went through episode by episode. Episode 1, we're all getting to know the queens. I think everybody agrees that Coco Montrese nailed that. As far as she nailed her own coffin shut, because that was trash, and she was going to go home first. But I knew, even seeing the queens that were on there, like, my biggest face crack was Tatiana, but Coco Montrese was the one that I looked at. I was like, yeah, she's going home real damn early. We talked about this in the We Need to Kiki About Fifi video about black queens on RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm not about to get into that right now, but I knew Coco Montrese. Nobody fucking cared about her, so I knew she was leaving. The second episode was Snatch Game. And if you remember, Alaska and Katya were in the top 2. Alaska did Mae West, and Katya did Bajork. This was controversial because Alyssa Edwards did Joan Crawford, which really what she did was Faye Dunaway playing Joan Crawford. But if I have to say who made me laugh the hardest, it was Alyssa, hands down. I said that in my previous review. Like, I love Alaska and I love Katya, but I was like, one of them should not have been in the top two, and I'm going to go ahead and say Katya. And then let's just face it, had that been the case, Alaska's not out lip-syncing Alyssa on any day. Sorry about it. We're going to get into that about Alaska outdoing people on lip syncs that she really didn't. We're going to get into that because I'm going episode by episode. So, that was, the revamp. Tatiana did Ariana Grande and Roxy did Alaska, and they were in the bottom two. And that was a bit of a toss-up, and that was the first time that people were saying, like, Alaska Talks is a thing. Now, if you went off of the critiques, I remember that was the latex look. Roxy's look on the runway was way better than Tatiana's. But let's keep it 100. Roxy's look on the runway was way better than Alaska's, too. But it wasn't better than Katya's. And Tatiana ended up going home. And did she have the harshest critiques? Probably. But Roxy Andrews' Alaska was fucking horrible. It was horrible. And that one, even when I was reviewing it at that time, because I know I was reviewing it right after the episode at that time, I did think Tatiana should have went home. Going back, like, I still never quite understood that, and I still don't understand it, and now them rules is out the window anyway. Anyway, but I never quite understood, was it supposed to be who did the best on the challenge, or was it a combination of challenge and runway? I never quite understood that. But that was Alaska versus Katya in the lip sync the first time. And Alaska won the lip sync. Now, a lot of people said she won because Katya wasn't going all out, which Katya explained on one of her regrets episodes, or not her Total Ru call. She was like, I just did a gymnastics routine the week before. I didn't think they wanted to see all that flipping and kicking all over again. But Katya is a sickening lip syncer, though. So, now we are on episode 3. This was when they did the futuristic looks, and they did the lip sync of the Bad Bitches in Herstory, where Alaska opened the show up. She did Eve. I thought she did a pretty decent job. I thought her costume was Britney Spears. I thought her performance was Britney Spears. But to be fair, the music that they gave her lip sync to was Britney Spears. Like, sorry about it, it was. So I was okay with that. And I remember that episode, I kind of felt like she was one of the people I thought did better, realistically. But her futuristic look, where people was living for it, and Michelle Visage was like the only person who was like, you should have did more. No, she should have did more. Like, no, that was not futuristic. That was a fucking blue dress and some shiny fucking material and a blue wig, like, and some antennas on her hand. Like, no. And I said that in my last review. Now we're going to get into episode 4, which is the start of the face crackings. Release the face cracking! Because this is when it starts, episode 4. So, this was the Shequels episode. Now, the way that they were paired up, like, they gave Alaska and Alyssa the project they thought they were going to do the best at. The top 2 were Alaska and Fifi. I never did agree with that. Because Detox and Katya's Thelma and Louise ripoff, where they were zombies, was the house down boots the best out of all 3 of them. I said that in that episode. I'm like, did they just take the bottom of each pair, or how did they do that? Because I was thinking that's how they had to have done it, because Detox and Katya should have been the top 2. But it was Fifi and Alaska. And Alaska and Fifi lip sync, and that was the first time that I was like, okay, I know y'all really ain't feeling Fifi, but Alaska did not beat Fifi in that lip sync at all. At all. And then they send Alyssa home. Okay, so now the queens come back. This is episode 5, The Revenge. In the comedy, Alaska and Alyssa was in the top with Detox and Tatiana. Yeah, they killed it. They killed it. It was funny. They killed it. It was funny. And Alyssa and Tatiana both came back. Which brings us now to episode 6. This episode was rigor mortis. Hands down. At no point in this episode was Alaska the top at fucking anything. At anything. Not at one time in this episode. And that's what made me look back at other ones and was like, yeah, she didn't win the lip sync against Fifi either. Her and Katya should not have been the top of the Snatch Game. It should have been her and Alyssa then. This is why it's so disappointing. Because I think Alaska is amazing at what Alaska does, and it seems like this All-Stars, because they're all All-Stars and they're all already pretty successful and famous, was really, really about, the challenge was really about, can you do this and still be within your brand? As opposed to when you first start on RuPaul's Drag Race and it's like, fuck your brand. Can you do these challenges and can you knock it out the park? Everything is about your brand, your brand, your brand. So, of course, Alaska is great at that. But there were some other things. As excited as I was when they did 2-in-1 looks, as smart and savvy and excited as I was when she did Little Pound Cake, that was not 2 looks. That first look, it was a reveal. That's all it was. It was not a 2-in-1 look. There's a difference between a 2-in-1 look and a reveal. A 2-in-1 look means your first look and your second look different. A reveal is you just have something on that's going to tear away and it's going to show your outfit, and this ain't much to look at. Alaska did not have a 2-in-1 look. Neither did Alyssa. They both just had reveals. If you would have brought any other queen to the runway with a black tablecloth over their face and they head and everything, and I don't care if they would have spun out and would have looked like Violet Chachki on the reunion show when she went to go crown Bob drag queen, as sickening as that was, she'd have still got red for filth. Like, but where was the first look at? This was so smart. You did this at the right time, and she did, but it wasn't 2 looks. She could have came out with the parasol again so you couldn't see her makeup with something else, but that was not a reveal, and they let that ride. I mean, that wasn't a 2-in-1 look. That was a reveal, and they let that ride. This lip syncing in these motherfucking little heels, I'm not fucking getting. First of all, here's the thing, and yes, I understand that all queens cannot dance. But when certain songs call for it, oh, that's another thing. I'm sorry I didn't tell y'all about in the Tatiana interview. Tatiana said that during the lip sync, that Katya won that lip sync. She did say that. She was like, when I watched the show back, they didn't show Katya that much, but she was way more high energy than Alaska, and she won that lip sync, which is what we all suspected. I'm like, why are they not showing her that much? Because usually when they don't show somebody that much, it's because the lip sync is real bad. I know Katya didn't do no bad lip sync. It's certain performers that you just know, like, they're good at that. Like, even if they weren't as good as Alaska, they was good enough to get some screen time. All we saw was one split from her and her hold the leg up like a guitar. We didn't see shit else. Like, all they showed was Alaska. She pulled the flag out of her wig. That's cute. But, like you said, that pants outfit compared to everybody else's, like, I like the pants because I'm patriotic, but compared to everybody else's look on the runway, no, it was not all that, and that hair was, and that wig was terrible. It's just like rigor mortis. So now I'm like completely disappointed. Y'all know Tatiana did not do worse than Roxy this week. She didn't. And the fact that she went and asked Detox, well, what do you think? It ain't supposed to be no more Alaska talks. And Tatiana already thought that the first time. Now we all thinking it. And now a lot of us that were Team Alaska, and I'm one of those people that, like, I wasn't full-fledged rooting for anybody. Like, I wouldn't be mad if any of them won except for Roxy at this point, unless she completely just floors me in the rest of the episodes. But at this point, I don't even want Alaska to win because I'm like, y'all trying so hard to make her win. I don't care. Like, people were saying this from the beginning, and I was so blinded because the shows were good. The challenges are good. But just looking back on it, I remember that episode with Fifi. It was so much going on, and I did even say in my review, I'm like, Alaska did not win that lip sync. But this one, hands down, hell no, she didn't win the lip sync. I don't even think she won the challenge. All tea, all shade. I don't think she won the challenge. It's fucking duct tape. So, I say that to say this. My enjoyment for the rest of these episodes have been tainted because now I've heard it from Tatiana's mouth, even though she did it more graciously. And she wasn't like reading nobody, she was just being honest. I always did know Fifi. I'm like, yeah, she ain't just coming out of pocket motherfucking ruining her career for nothing. Some of that shit was true. And just some of the other, between Willem, you know, just some of the other things. I don't trust the show no more. It's the reason why I don't watch reality TV to begin with. And I really thought this season was different because this All Stars was really, really good. But if this is just a setup for Alaska to win, like, it's to the point I know who the top three is going to be. The top three is, I think, is going to be Alaska, Katya, and Alyssa. And once again, I'm going to say it again. Detox done slayed every motherfucking thing she did. She don't even get camera time. Where they do that at? She slayed every challenge. They was talking shit about her trash can. I said, but you know what? That commercial, I'm like, oh, Alaska's and Katya's was comedy too. Y'all shit on Detox because it would have cost y'all too much to produce Detox product, and you ain't gonna tell me no fucking different. Not that I think she won, but come on, her look in the video was sickening. And apologies to the last thing because I couldn't remember what she wore. The little red and white outfit was sickening too. I just forgot about it at the time but no, this is rigor mortis. This is a setup. And if Alaska win, I put it to you like this. If y'all watch my reviews, y'all enjoy my reviews that much. Because I stopped reviewing before because of this shit. It was like a noticeable gap between, like, I think I stopped reviewing season 6 and I didn't come back to review nothing until season 8. It might have been 5. I think 5 was the last one I reviewed. I didn't do 6 or 7. I came back for 8. No. Yeah. Which one I had asked Betty? That's the one I came back for. So anyway, I'm going to leave it to y'all. I'm going to leave it to my viewers and my subscribers. If Alaska win this shit, do you think that I should still watch RuPaul's Drag Race and review it? If you enjoy my reviews that much and you think I should, comment below and let me know. Yeah, don't give up on the reviews. But like, I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed that I decided to do another video because I just cannot. All reality shows is manufactured and rigged to a point. But come on, man, can you at least make it a little bit less obvious? Like, this episode was so everybody and their mama is like, well, guess Alaska's gonna win. And that's not what I wanted. Like, I wanted her to win because I really felt like she was the best queen, because I really felt like she fought for that. Like, I don't want it to look like it was given to her, and right now it looks like they're giving it to her. So I do want to thank y'all. It's going to take me a couple, depending on how soon you watch this, I will eventually do the link so that you can do the donation to breast cancer. This is day 2. As you can see, I do still have on Pynk. And, but right now, y'all see where I'm at. I can't do that, but please come back to the video in a couple of days if you would like to donate, and I will have that link up for you to click on. And you are donating directly to the charity. I'm not touching the money at all. So I do want to thank everybody for watching, viewing this, and y'all please let me know y'all comments below. Y'all did really great when I asked y'all about the Kiki with Fifi of responding. So thank you once again, and deuces.